Hey y'all, I'm delayed right in Atlanta. You have to see my previous post on my personal page. So I'm gonna invite a few of you into the space. I don't know who this message is for, but I'm about to release this word. I know I'm gonna be speaking tomorrow, and I already am real good in that area for tomorrow. But I wanna offer something.
Attention on the concourse, attention in the gate area, Southwest Flight 571 will service to New York LaGuardia. It's in its final boarding stages. This flight will close and complete at the end of this announcement and will not reopen. All ticket and confirmed passengers need to board the aircraft at this time through the gate marked C-15. Welcome aboard.
Oh, it smells like straight piss right here. Lord have mercy. Close the door. Okay, I'm inviting folks. That's what I'm doing, okay? So, okay, here we go. So I don't know who this is for, right? But I've been sitting here really in gratitude, in total gratitude, just for my life, knowing what it's taken to even get to this place in myself. And so check this out. I was doing work. I was taking this opportunity to do work, to handle business, and I was sitting down at the gate that was on the board. And so I heard somebody talking about delays behind me, because when I first went to the gate, nobody was there. Oh my God, this will preach. This is, I don't know about you, but it's going to preach me if it don't preach you. So you got to let me know. Well, you got to let me know if this is for you. So I'm sitting at the gate, and I'm like, I snapped back into this world, because I was in another world, answering emails, responding to texts and phone calls and all this stuff that I hadn't been able to do since I'm on set. And so I jump up, I go check the board. It says one thing, so I had to go to a customer service agent. Sometimes we're going to have to go to a customer service agent in our life. Sometimes you're going to be thinking that you're present, but you're not present in the current world that you're in. You're still in another world because you're trying to handle so much business. Okay, so that's the first lesson. So I go to the gate, and the ladies were so pleasant. It's so nice to be home where people are pleasant and they still speak to you and they still want to help you and they actually love you and care about you. So anyway, I'm asking about the flight, and so she tells me about the delay.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, here on the terminal. For those customers on 4701, non-stop to Austin. We are going to be in the final boarding. We need all ticketed and confirmed customers.
So she tells me about the delay, and so I'm like, so what can I do about, and we're going to deal with the background noise. What can I do about this particular delay, right? And so she's exploring possibilities, and I just had to stand by and wait. Come on now. Sometimes when somebody is working for you on your behalf, you got to stand by and let them work in their gifts, because she knew things that I didn't know in terms of advising me. I had already checked my bag on the flight that's for Baltimore, but the flight for DC is still boarding, and the one for Baltimore hadn't even got here because of the weather delays that are happening. Come on now. I want somebody to just, come on. I don't know if you got a lesson yet. Maybe it's just for me. And so when I went to the gate and she was working it out, the rules say, come on, good girls gone goddess, because many of us are so rule bound that we don't ask for what we want. And sometimes you meet people on your journey who are so rule bound that they don't break the rules, or they have to go follow the letter of the law instead of activating their gifts. Well, she didn't follow the letter of the law, because the letter of the law says that when a flight is less than an hour away, they can't pull the bag off the other flight and put it on that flight. That bag has to go for wherever it was destined, even if you board another flight. And when you board the other flight, you're going to have to get your bag the best way that you can. So they really want you to stay with your bags. Oh my God. So check this out. I'm like, okay, what do I do? Because everything I need to speak tomorrow at Grime to Grace Summit, is in that bag. And I know, and I don't even have time to get to DC and buy a new outfit. Or I'm sure I probably could make something work. So when she keeps on looking, she said, let me figure something out. While we were in the middle of talking, the flight to DC got delayed long enough for her to slide in under the rule and letter of the law and move my bag from Baltimore to the DC flight. Now, the flight to DC is still delayed, but because God is always speaking even all around us, but a lot of times we can't pay attention to what God is saying to us because we're so focused on the outcome. We're so focused on what's not happening. I could have been broken, but my house is not that far away. I can always go home and I could get up in the morning. I didn't even get bothered by the flight being delayed and not being able to get on the flight. So anyway, I checked the numbers and I said, well, the numbers are 4747. Well, see, we tend to look at things with our physical eye, but when you have a supernatural eye, you got to be able to look at things with another eye set, another gateway. And so I had to be able to look with my other eye, because my natural eye, my human eye saw 447, but my spiritual eye saw 1111. Well, the number 1111 has been following me everywhere I go. And so when I looked at the 1111, I said, well, I could save this and share this at Dawn's event for Grime to Grace tomorrow. And I'm sure that this is just the appetizer for the meal that I'm preparing to serve on tomorrow, and then go to Chicago and serve another meal the next day. My point to you is that a delay is not a denial. And somebody, I don't know who this message is for. You may feel like you are delayed. You may feel like you are denied, but a delay is not a denial. Sometimes it requires you to reroute yourself. And sometimes it's not what you have to do, it's what somebody else has to do. And so when sometimes the rerouting is necessary, and a lot of us think that we're being inconvenienced, but maybe the rerouting is necessary for your rebirth. And so I just want to invite whoever is feeling frustrated about the delay, whoever is focused on something else that's happening in your world that seems like you're having to constantly reroute yourself, you better try to get happy. You better try to let somebody work on your behalf, because you don't know how your blessing is going to show up. You don't know who is going to be your angel. Y'all better start speaking to people up there in DC and Maryland and Virginia, walking around acting like you're not human. You better try to act like you can acknowledge somebody, because somebody can help you that you don't expect that can help you. It is not a payoff for you to be so independent, so such a much, so full of attitude, so inconvenienced, because sometimes we're being rerouted so that we can access the next thing in an easier way. I don't know, who is that for? Tell me who that's for up in here.
It was for me.
Oh my God.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, the terminal for those customers on 4701 non-stop into Austin.
Oh my God.
Service delays and final boarding call for Austin.
What should you been sitting here listening to me? Oh my God, I have to. Okay, you have. She said, "This is my word. It was for me. That's what I needed right now. It was for me." What's your name?
Makeda.
Oh, Makeda. I just couldn't hold it anymore.
I needed it.
Oh my God. Were you delayed too?
Yeah, I'm delayed.
Oh,
I was
wow.
sitting behind you in the line. I was looking. Your hair was so pretty, but I just happened to walk over here and caught the word I needed.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right then.
Right.
Thank you. So there it is. I don't know. You don't know who you. I just couldn't hold it anymore. I had to come in here because I feel like, somebody needed to hear that. And guess what? I plan to get some sleep tonight. I've been on set all week, on set, running from one thing to the next thing. And so I was able to travel into another world because It was my moment to be still. And guess what? I thought that I might have missed my flight. Oh my God. I can't tell you how many times in my life and in my affairs I thought I had missed my window of opportunity. I thought that there was something being withheld from me. But I was sitting down. You always have angels that are watching over you, that are covering you. You are always entertaining angels unaware. And sometimes you don't have to be aware. But what you have to do is always walk in awareness. That's a difference. There's a difference between being aware and walking in awareness. And so I had lost my awareness for a minute. I'm really tripping. I'm really tripping at how this is unfolding for me tonight. But I'm going to get to you all for the Grime to Grace Summit. I'm going to get there. How you going to get here? Just get here if you can. And I got my sisters who are waiting for me on the other side, waiting to receive me. I trust that I will get the sleep that I need. I've been running off of commitment and anointing because physically I shouldn't be as full of this energy that I am full of. Physically, I shouldn't be. But when you walk in alignment with your divine assignment, you will run and not be weary. You will walk and you will not faint. You will mount up on wings of eagles and you will keep on flying. So somebody needs to mount up. Who needs to mount up? Just tell me. So I'm about to go get on these wings in a minute. Y'all pray for safe travels despite the weather in the area. Because we plan a plan and God plans a plan and God is the best planner. And so I hope to see you. If you haven't gotten your ticket to the Grime to Grace Summit, I just saw Dawn enter into the space, so she can post the link. If you are in Chicago and you tag a sister that's in Chicago, because I'm telling you, I've been with my spiritual mother all week. So I've been fed and I've been ministering and I've been doing this work, and so I want to tell you what I'm going to talk about, but I don't want to tell you. So I'm just excited that I was able to share that little bit of word with somebody, because I know there are many of dynamic women in this space who are doing dynamic things, and social media will have you focused on what everybody else is doing, thinking that you have missed something, thinking something is being delayed from you. Social media will have you comparing yourself. Social media will have you thinking that you have to get to where they're getting to, but that's not your flight. So I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I look forward to connecting with you all on the other side. And I'm going to go sit down somewhere and do some more work and wait for my boarding, because we're going to board today. And if we don't board today, it'll be okay too. Right? So I'll see you all on the other side.